Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It's Thursday evening, and first of all, thank you so much for all the comments on the last few videos, especially the complimentary comments about my bike. I do love my bike, it's very, very beautiful. And the scenery, of course, and for everyone who commented in last night's video. It's been quite interesting looking at the comments because there's so many different ways of looking at this. And how you have been brought up, how you live your life, definitely has a bearing on how you see that sort of conversation. And one of the comments was, if I had 10 million in the bank, I probably wouldn't have started the channel. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. And yeah, you're probably right. I do have enough faith in myself to think I would still be doing something to help others out. But then again, one of the other comments said that the individual is accountable. It's up to you what you do. I don't 100% agree with that, because I think the way you're brought up definitely has something to do with that. If you're brought up to expect everything on a plate, then you're not going to expect, or you're not going to immediately think of going and helping others. I've seen a lot of comparisons or just comments where people have said, went to college with this person, I grew up poor, they grew up rich, they have no clue. And they have no clue either. It's two different sides. And I don't think anyone can be blamed for that. Whatever side that they have been brought up with, that's their lived experience. That's what they know. What I did notice on one of the comments was, coffee from coffee shops and gym memberships, they can be a huge waste of money. And I have to say, yes, most of the time I agree with them. But then there was the other comment saying, well, actually, as a person of a certain age, myself and my husband have gym memberships. And we find it fantastic. We're there like most days. We do whatever, we go in the pool or we do some stuff. Physiotherapy is there as well. They speak to people, and actually it's a social event if you actually do use your membership. And I think any social membership's like that. It's all very well saying, oh, I'm going to join the gym, or I'm going to join the bingo, or I'm going to join whatever. If you don't keep using it, then it's just a waste of money. But if you do use it, if you're getting the benefit of it, sometimes it can be really, really good value. So yeah, there was a lot of comments, a lot of different ways. Dee had said about Kathleen getting her nails done, I loaned her the money. Yeah, absolutely. We had, let's just say I'm lucky Kathleen made it past the age of 2. So if she wants a treat every so often, then yes, I'll help her out. It was a loan. She gave me the money back. If that makes her happy having her nails like that, then all well and good. Me, can't do it. Heebie-jeebies. I hate getting my nails filed. It's dreadful. Someone also commented about I could stop dyeing my hair. I don't dye my hair. My dad started going grey when he was probably in his 60s. And he had black hair. And he had the little bits of grey going round there. People thought he was about 20 years younger than he was, pretty much up until he was about 80. We have pictures of him when he first went into the care home, and he was barely going grey. You would still have said he was black haired. You wouldn't have said he was grey. So thankfully I take my genetics from my daddy. So yeah, little things like that. There's been quite a lot of comments. Thank you so much for that. I mean, I do appreciate it. It's lovely to be able to read them of an evening once I'm relaxing. So I do appreciate them. Thank you very much. Today was just such a busy day at work. But the thing about the question about if I had 10 million, you're like, what would you do? Not even if you had 10 million, if you had some money spare, or if you had money to donate to something or to help something, where would you put it? Yeah, that's the question. I think I can do a poll on the community thing, but I don't know. I'd rather have comments with, what would you do and why would you do it? At the moment in the UK, there's a huge problem with housing. So that's something I would look at. There's a huge problem with like dental care, health care, old age care, etc., etc. There's all those things that you could look at. So do you look at that and go with the basics of things that you quite possibly might think that the government should do? Do you maybe look at animal welfare? Looking after dogs and cats and stuff and horses that are, not well looked after. Do you look after animal welfare? What about children? Child welfare? Child abuse, stuff like that. Do you look after that? So, yeah, or food banks. Do you stop the food banks or do you multiply the food banks? Do you buy a company and up the wages? What would you do? What would be, there you go, there we are. I don't know, where are we just now? Hang on. I will need to put this up. Okay, so it's 6 minutes, just after 6 minutes of this video. And this is the question. The question is, where would you spend the money? If you were able to make a difference somewhere, what would be where do you think you could get either best value for money or help more people for your money? What do you think is the most important thing that, as a people, not even just a government, but just as a society, that we should be doing? What do you think it should be? Now, I obviously have just thought of this at the top of my head. I mean, at the moment, I think more equitable income would be good. Now, obviously, that's not something that one person can change, but you can if you run a company, or you can if you run a shop and don't have it for profiteering, or if you make a community garden or something, something like that. So let me know what you think. Where do you think, if you had the chance to help out somewhere with a bigly sum of money, and please don't think for 1 minute that I've suddenly got a bigly sum of money. I do not, under any circumstances. But just because someone had said in the comments, if I had 10 million in the bank, I probably wouldn't have started the channel, and, I wouldn't have done anything. And I would like to think that my headspace is still such, because for years, since I was a teenager, I have off and on been helping with community events, community spaces, community groups, etc. So yeah, I'd like to think I would still be doing something. So if that was you, if you could be doing something, what would you be doing? Let me know in the comments below. Catch you later.